I've always known I was different. The other kids in Willow Creek could feel it too. They didn't say it outright, not at first, but the way they looked at me said everything. They whispered behind my back, their laughter cutting through me like a knife. I pretended not to care. I told myself I didn't need them, but deep down, I hated being alone. The teasing started small, snickers when I walked into the room, muttered words like witch and creepy. I kept my head down and ignored them, but it got worse over time. They grew bolder, especially Petru. He was the ringleader, always looking for ways to make me feel small. The day everything changed, I sat under the big oak tree at the edge of the schoolyard, scribbling in my notebook. Writing was my escape, a world where I could be anyone but me. I didn't see Petru approach until his shadow loomed over me.
Hey, Ilinca, what are you writing? A curse for all of us?
Leave me alone, but Petru wasn't one to back off. He snatched it from my hands, flipping through the pages.
What's this? Spells? Secrets? Oh, wait, it's just scribbles. You're even more boring than I thought.
Give it back, Petru.
Make me, witch.
The laughter of the other kids cut through me like a blade. I stood up, reaching for my notebook, but Petru shoved me hard, and I stumbled. I fell to my knees, my arms twisted, my legs disappeared, and my skin turned cold and smooth. I heard gasps, then screams. When I opened my eyes, the world looked different.
What are you?
I wasn't Ilinca anymore. I was a giant black snake, my emerald eyes glowing. You think it's fun to hurt others?
I'm sorry, please, don't hurt me.
For a moment, I wanted to strike, to show him how it felt to be small and helpless. But something held me back. And he scrambled away, tears streaming down his face. The others had already fled. When I returned to my human form, I picked up my notebook and ran home. My heart pounded as I replayed what had happened. I couldn't stop shaking. By evening, the entire town knew. I heard their angry voices long before I saw the torches. They surrounded our house, shouting for my mother to send me out.
She's cursed. She's a danger to all of us.
My mother, Evelyn, stood at the door and spoke despite her fear.
She's just a child. She has done nothing wrong.
But they didn't care.
She's a monster.
Inside, I sat curled up by the window, watching the flickering lights of their torches. Fear and anger swirled inside me. I didn't want to hurt anyone, but I couldn't stop the fire that was building again. Mama, I whispered, I can't hold it. They won't stop.
You're not a monster, Ilinca. They're just afraid.
The transformation took me again. I felt my body twist and grow as I became the snake once more. My mother gasped, but she didn't run. She stood there, her eyes wide with shock, but she didn't leave me. Leave us alone. The villagers froze, their weapons trembling in their hands. Go back, coiling protectively around my mother. I don't want to hurt you, but I will if you try to harm her. They screamed and fled, they stumbled into the night. When the last of them disappeared, I returned to my human form. My mother caught me. I can't stay here, Mama, they'll never accept me. They'll always see me as a monster.
You're not a monster, you're my daughter. You're stronger than any of them.
But I knew she was wrong. Strength didn't matter if the world feared me. By dawn, I had made my decision. I packed my few belongings. I'll come back one day, I said, though I didn't know if it was true.
Promise me you'll stay safe.
I promise. As I walked into the forest, the early morning mist curled around me like a shroud. I didn't look back. The villagers would tell stories about me, the snake girl of Willow Creek, but none of them would truly know me. I disappeared into the shadows, searching for a place where I could finally be free, free from their fear, free from my curse, free to just be me.